Thank you so much for joining me on YouTube Live. So we are live now. Uh, First of all, apologies to those who pointed me out rightly that I didn't put the trade setup today in the in my Telegram channel. So that obviously was a bit of an oversight on my part. Thank you so much. And so I normally do it, but today I forgot. Okay, so from today, what we will do is, and I want all of you to have your laptop or mobile ready. We'll go through some data points together to understand what's happening in terms of the market positioning and how you should benefit from it. So obviously, tomorrow morning's first talking points would be how will the market react to Axis Bank and also to Hindustan Unilever, right? These will be the two main talking points as far as tomorrow's trade is concerned. Obviously, we'll talk about the overall market setup as well, but that is really going to be the, the key. So, before we talk about that, I mean, also Bajaj Finance, yeah. So, these would be two important parameters that you would look at. Why have FIs bought big in cash market? Like we spoke about that FIs have woken up, and obviously that is the case. And not just in cash market, they bought in index futures also, and they bought fresh longs in index futures. Finally, index futures are trading at a premium. Market slightly overbought, but that's okay. The put call ratio is at 1.87, so we are in dangerous territory. But the market can just keep surging. Put short 22,000, call long 11,000. This is just perhaps one more day of madness is left in the market. I won't be surprised. Global cues are very strong, obviously. So now, this something happening with these ADRs. It's very interesting moves. Of course, a lot of this is catch up to domestic stocks, but ICICI Bank ADR, for example, stands out. Anyway, so lot of longs index. Uh, I normally don't point this out, but since a lot of you had yesterday said that my Bank Nifty catch-up trade didn't really play out, I don't know what numbers people were looking at. Yesterday, the Bank Nifty was up twice of the Nifty. Today, the Bank Nifty is up twice of the Nifty. At Friday 2:30, I made the call on Bank Nifty's outperformance from that point. I think Bank Nifty has massively outperformed from that point. The thing is that the Bank Nifty is not giving you perhaps intraday moves like the Nifty is giving, but that's okay. Positionally, you're getting big moves in the Bank Nifty, and all you got to take is do is perhaps take a call and just sit tight on that, and that's how you're making money. So anyway, now the point that we were discussing, can the Bank Nifty cross 23,000? I think I'm having my eye on 24,000. Forget 23,000. I think 23,000 should be a matter of when and not if. Perhaps tomorrow itself we start with 23,000. So I'm keeping an eye on 24,000, not 23,000. Okay, so let us do one thing. Let us first go through Axis Bank. Okay, and if you see Axis Bank today was a relatively strong counter ahead of the numbers, and if you see it had about 1 crore delivery volume, which is also quite decent. So about 450 crores of delivery buying was visible in Axis Bank today. Now let's go through the options data, the option chain. If you go to the NSE website, you click on the stock. There's something called option chain, and if you click on that, you this is a very beautiful screen. I'll share it next time. I mean, I'm still trying to work on that, but if you click on the option chain, there's a very interesting data that you have. On that, what do you see? The 400 put has an open interest of about 22.8 lakh shares, which is very interesting. And 500 call has an open interest of about 38 lakh shares. So I think this is where the option writers have been very active, and they want to eat this entire premium of 6 rupees on the call side and about 6 rupees on the put side. Uh, which is roughly the premium. So about 12 rupees. Now, are these positions safe? More or less, I would say, with about a week to go for expiry, unless Axis Bank moves about 12-13%, I think these positions should be safe. But now, what was interesting is that the the, the data on Axis Bank, I think it's a equal mix of longs and shorts. But you'll have to say that there's been more of call writing than put writing. So will be interesting to see if the stock actually doesn't fall a lot tomorrow. In that case, could there be some short covering? I think let's see. We'll find out, and then of course we'll take it accordingly. Bajaj Finance is very interesting because I think while Bajaj Finance fell about 4% today, towards the end it did see some bit of recovery. And I think in Bajaj Finance, what is very interesting today was the kind of call writing that you had at 3300 strike. I think if the stock starts to trade above 3300 tomorrow, then I think I mean it's close at 3300. But if it says starts to close 3350, 3360, I think the market will give a lot of importance to what the management is saying. I think a lot of people are taking away that perhaps this was really a quarter which should not be extrapolated and things might start to look good in the second half. The only problem with Bajaj Finance is that it's a very expensive stock. So that's the problem on that. Okay, now let me take some questions. A lot of people asking on Bharti. I think my view on Bharti still remains the same. It's gone through this entire consolidation. Now you could do one thing, you could keep buying on all the dips and keep say 540 as a stop loss, or you wait for the day when it finally crosses 610. You would have seen it now. Regardless of all the good news, the stock refuses to cross 600 because every time it approaches 600, that promoter stake sale overhang comes in. The promoters have sold at 610. So that is why so the strategy on Bharti Airtel is very simple. Either you keep buying. Every dip, today was a dip, you buy. Another dip, you buy. Perhaps keep 540, 530 as some kind of a stop loss. And once the rally happens, it will take care of you. If you're asking me what is my long-term view on Bharti Airtel I see at least 1200 to 1500 over a 3-year period. Now, you could be arguing about $100 here or there, that's okay. But larger call is that it will have a big move. So that is the point. FIs all in today's trade. Yes, today's data is suggesting the FIs have gone all in. And when all in happens, next day you start at least in that direction, and then you take it from there. As of now, I think global cues are also looking very strong. So there's no reason to believe that we will not have that move. But don't look at SGX Nifty right now because that's meaningless, frankly, if you ask me. Concord. I think Concord intraday, after my analysis or after my view, it went up about 15, 16 rupees. But this is not about 15, 16 rupees. You've seen what's happened to BPCL, for example. I think if divestment starts to pick up steam, I think this could be a really big stock from here on because it's corrected quite a bit. So, and there are a lot of people who are interested in this business and good names I'm hearing. So that's why I think this one still perhaps has got some legs to go. So Godrej Consumer, yes, I had said earlier as well that, and I had apologized as well that Godrej Consumer didn't play out the way I expected it. I'm not denying it. I perhaps got it wrong, but I personally still feel that it's a matter of when and not if the stock goes to its all-time highs because perhaps it's had a big rally already. So some of the other stocks are basking in the glory now. But my sense is that Godrej Consumer is a stock which would test new all-time highs. But yes, if you're a near-term trader, you have been slightly stuck. But then what? If you're a near-term trader, then you should also keep and respect the stop losses. That is always important. Look, I mean, you and be bound to get some things wrong, but everything can be right. SBI cards, well, SBI cards look, the numbers look good, but you don't want moratorium on credit card debt because interest on interest in case of cards will be humongous. Credit card debt is the worst debt in the whole world. Everybody knows that. And that's why nobody will take moratorium on the credit card debt. And in fact, that's why I believe that they had absolutely no business not reporting these numbers, but they have, and the stocks crossed the IPO price. So that's of course looking good. Larsen and Toubro has flattered to deceive many times in the past. I think this is an important quarter because again market expectations are very muted. So let's see what Larsen and Toubro can do. Sorry. Okay, what time charts? I look at all the chart frames. I look at daily chart frames. I look at hourly chart frames. From an intraday point of view, I look at 5 minute chart. Can Bank Nifty cross 23,000 again? Is being uh, asked. I see 24,000 as I said, not 23,000, but even 24,000 is possible. So, how to hold on to winning trades? Bought call at 70, sold at 150. Now that call is at 350. Beautiful question, Tushar. And on that, my answer has been very simple. Always buy options in lots of. So don't buy one option, buy two. Don't buy three options, buy four. Don't buy five options, buy 10. And the moment it starts to direction, then be on an alert. Now 70 became 120. Perhaps you could have waited a bit more, trail your stop to your cost price. When options move in your direction, trail the stop to your cost price. I mean, if they move reasonably in your direction. 80 हो गया उसके बाद आप वापस 70 can't be the stop. But 70 का if it becomes 100, trail it to 70. If it's 140, then you book half. And after you book half, you let the other half ride. Because if your trade was right and you ride along, you would make a lot of money. So if this 70 you had bought, even if you had sold half at say 140, then the other way to look at it would have been that, for example, you bought five lots. Suppose you had bought 10 instead of five, and you would have covered five. Then imagine buying these five options at zero price and then carrying it. That's the beauty of buying options and keeping them, half of them. Tata Motors, I think it's changed, something is changing. So let us see. I am not bullish on Sun Pharma. I think Sun Pharma has had its run. Have had much better view on some of the other pharma stocks. Sun Pharma was good buy at 400, at 360, 370. It's not a good buy at 500. Future retail, I think if you invest in stocks based on all these WhatsApp rumors, then I'm sorry, that's not investment. So SBI is the laggard. Yes, I think it's due for a move. Let's see if that move can happen. So obviously that could happen. Uh, ITC for long term, I think the call is whether people are going to stop smoking or quit smoking. Then I think it's a bit of an issue. But the valuation wise, is a very cheap stock that I think all of us know. Okay, so thank you so much. Tomorrow, of course, promises to be a big day. I think tomorrow again there could be some more follow through in the market, especially in the Bank Nifty. But as I said, FIs are all in. The caution call is not working. Just perhaps get some risk management in place, and that is it. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow.